Nah, fuck you. What the fuck? I want to feel special.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Let me see your phone.
Bitch, if you don't.
Hey yo, I heard it cross the grapevine.
Hey yo, welcome to our first episode of Improvatory, the podcast that tells stories through improv. Obviously it's spooky season, so we're gonna talk about an improv story on something spooky, horror.
So the setting starts off in the 1950s in the Ramapo College. Oh no, wait.
Nah, let's give a different setting. Let's give a different
All
setting.
right. So the setting is 1950s Halloween in the southern states.
All right, so we're in the South. Is that what you're saying? So we're in the South in the 1950s.
Deep South.
So we're in the South in the 1950s on a Halloween night, is what you're telling me.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. So all of us, we decided to go to a Halloween party. And back in the 1950s, we used a time machine to do it because we said fuck 2018, 2019. It's kind of overrated here.
Yeah.
So
Great again. Back to the 50s.
so then Ann decided that we were going to go to the 50s and have a party.
Alright, so we all hop in our shower time machine and we turn the shower on and bam, and flash the light, we're back. Now, the thing that we weren't expecting was we didn't know we'd end up in the South, or more particularly the Deep South. We were planning on landing right exactly where we were when we turned the time machine shower on, but we had no idea that the shower actually originated in the southern states. So, we all wake up. All right, Peter's a little dazed. Deshaun's, he can't see out of his eyes. Brian is the first one to get up and he starts walking around the room, a little confused. He's like, "Yo, guys, this isn't the building we were just in. I thought this was an old building. I thought we would just be back where we were on Halloween night." So, I look out the window. And our landscape looks completely different. So suddenly we're in a small town. We can see a street, just a single street, and down that street there's maybe 10 houses and like a couple businesses, and then you can see the desert past it for miles and miles. But the town is popping. So we hear some 50s jams going on, some Monster Mash. And we see a bunch of white kids down there. They be in their costumes. They got people dressed up like Franklin Roosevelt. Got some Frankensteins down there. We got some bunnies. We got some Rosa Parks down there from the future. And Brian's like, yeah, guys, fuck it. All right, this isn't what we wanted, but we're already here. Let's just see, what we can do out of it.
Let's go bag some bitches. So all four of us keep walking toward the town, and we see two Confederate flags on these two windows of two random buildings walking through. So we figured, we in it. So as our quest for looking for some Halloween poon continues, we notice a little bar called Old Dirty Bastard. So we're like, you know what? It's the 1950s. This ain't 2018. We could drink. The age of consent is like way lower. So that means the drinking age.
7.
So that means the drinking age can be once you start walking. So we walk in. So we walk into the Old Dirty Bastard.
Well, first we let Anthony in. We'll let Anthony go in first, right?
Because we didn't.
We're gonna let him in. Anthony, he's been smart. He's more
Also the whitest.
exactly. He's the whitest of all us.
Chico activated.
We're still not sure if you guys can be served with that.
So he walks in and we just hear everybody go, hey, it's this guy, hey, I've seen you before. You know, just like every white male everywhere. Like, hey, Jim Bob, how are you doing today? Anyway, so I walk in. He was like, who the fuck are you? I walk right back out, and then I walk in with Brandon and Sean out of the group, like, hey, look at us.
Yeah, and then after I looked at you, I was like, all right, I'm going to the bathroom. So while you guys were trying to figure out if y'all can get drinks legally in the 50s, I decided to step into the bathroom, and right when I stepped in, I saw a dead body. And I was like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong bathroom. So then I decided, I was like, oh, well, yeah, there's a stall there, so I'm gonna just use the toilet there. So I decided to use the bathroom, just walked over the dead body, but then I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, the hell happened to you? And then I thought it was, because literally I really thought they were knocked out. So then afterwards, I just decided to drag the body to like the closet, because I was like, I don't really know what to do with this. And then the next thing you know, all I see when I look up is a masked murderer. Like, literally, he's completely masked. Like, dickhead mask. He has a mask that's the shape of a dick. So, we call him the dickhead killer. And so, the dickhead killer tried to swipe at me, and I dodged it, and I ran after you guys.
Alright, so in the meantime, while Deshaun was doing that, you know, like Peter said, I was grabbing a drink, and a bunch of these people were coming up to me saying, yo, you're back. You know, we haven't seen you in a while. And, you know, I'm real confused. So I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm new to this town. I've never been here. And this woman comes up to me and was like, where did you go? We haven't seen you for years. You know, we haven't seen you since Halloween 1951. It's 55 now. And they're like, oh, we thought, you know, you moved up north. And I was like, what do you guys, I mean, I've never been to this town before. She's like, you don't remember me? And I said, no, I've never seen you. She's like, what about my brother? She pulls over her brother. And this guy, this is a big guy. And, you know, he's probably like a military guy. He looks like he's probably been through at least World War II. So he's a big guy. He walks over, some battle scars on his face. And he says, Anthony, what happened to you? Last thing I knew, you and your friends had walked up to that house on the hill. And I looked at Brian and I was like, Brian, what do you think this means?
So I looked over to the rest of y'all and I said, we time traveling haters. So we go, then I asked Peter, what do you think happened? Because I'm completely lost.
And I just look at Anthony, and then I look right at Brian, then I look right at Anthony, and I took this to our advantage. So I walk up to a military-looking guy, and I'm like, we are the same people. It's just that when we went into the house, Anthony stayed the same, but we came out as Spicks. In reality, my soul is a white man's soul. We look really Spanish, but we're still white-blood Americans in the start of our souls.
And just at that moment, the gullible bartender handed Peter a drink.
And said, welcome home, brother.
And then right at that moment when Peter got his drink, I burst in and I'm panicking like crazy. And he looks at me and he's like, you okay? I'm like, I just saw a dead body in the woman's bathroom. And he looks at me and he's wondering why I'm in the woman's bathroom. He's like, I know why. You ain't get a drink yet. So he has me take a sip of it. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I'm not. No, there's a dickhead killer in the bathroom. And he just looks at me. He's like, I know you didn't get a drink, didn't you? And I'm like, yo, I'm so serious. There's a killer right there. Next thing you know, another body drops on the floor. And we all turn. It's the dickhead killer. And he's right there, swinging around a rope. And the end of it has something so weird on it. It's just weird.
It was a flying dildo.
Then the bartender looks at the dickhead killer and says, I know what your problem is. you need a drink. So he hands the dickhead killer a pint of beer, and we sit down with him and we talk about our differences. And that we implore the dickhead killer that he doesn't have to kill people while wearing a dickhead mask. He could, it's Halloween night. We ain't come to hurt nobody. We just came here to party, So he's like, all right. He takes off the dickhead mask, and when he takes it off, none of us can believe what we saw. Brian, tell them what we saw.
Quick note, before Brian saw what you saw, while the dickhead killer was getting served a pint of beer, Brian went back into the ladies' room and pickpocketed that lady to see if he would find some like 1940s baseball card that he can sell in the future for like 20 grand to pay his student loan.
All right. Well, Brian's in the bathroom. Anthony will tell you what he saw. He takes off the mask, and what we see is a very old Peter.
Kind of like P-Money, but not really.
And Peter looks at us, the old Peter, and then he looks to his younger self, and he says, No, you weren't supposed to end up here. What did you do?
And I looked at him, and he looked at me. Taking I looked at myself. And then I yelled out, bartender, we need another drink. We got some catching up to do.
And then basically this old Peter, who we're just now getting drinks with, he's just talking about his life and how he's just there and he doesn't know why. And he's just contemplating his entire existence. And then once the bartender's like, you need a drink, and tosses him a couple shots that he just takes down like his water. Mind you, it's the strongest stuff too. And then afterwards, the old Peter decides to get mad over nothing. And then I looked at him, I was like, hey, yo, old Peter, you know what you are? You's a bitch. And then both of them turned and looked at me. And they were like, fuck did you just say? And then the old one miraculously out of nowhere pulls out a knife from his shoe and then stabs the bartender. And once the bartender drops to the ground, we all just stood frozen and looked at the old Peter, who proceeds to put on the dickhead mask again. And then he starts chasing us. And we're like, wait, weren't we just friends and stuff? That's you right there. And he's like, no. I already took my shot.
As it turns out, that this Peter actually traveled back in time to a Halloween party in the 20s. But he got stuck there, and the rest of us left there. There was a problem with the time machine shower. So he was looking at us and he was pissed off. So he's chasing us now. He's got like a machete in his hand. We bust out down the alley into the small town. We're running, like Scooby-Doo style, zigzagging through the clothes, trying to lose old Peter. And just when we think we do, the four of us end up in the back of like this like restaurant, and we're all trying to catch our breath. And Peter's the last one to run up. And he's like, guys, I think I know what happened. I got something to show you. And as soon as he says that, from his backpack, he pulls out.
And then I looked at him and I was like, yo, what the fuck, Peter? Why? And then he says,
this is my destiny.
And then I looked at Ann, and then he looked at me, and I looked at Brian, and Brian is just there lighting a blunt. And then I'm just like, so who are you killing first? Next thing you know, he stabs me right in the chest. And then I'm just like, why me? He said, honey, I'm home.
So when he says that, I grab Sean, and I grab Brian's high ass, and I yank him back to the building, and then we transport him up into a hot time machine shower, while young Peter teams up old Peter and are storming up the building with their eyes to come get us, and we transport back home to Sean really heavy. We'll get back to 2018, but there's no one to be. Little bit do we know, in an alternate timeline in the 1970s, like younger versions of ourselves would go back to the 70s for a Halloween party, and they'd meet 50s Peter and 30s Peter in that same bar with their dickhead masks.
And that concludes the story. Dickhead killer.
Till next time.